I love it. Johan's over here at the council literally having a Scooby-Doo moment. And I would have gotten away with it if it weren't for you pesky kids and your OP main character. And Testarosa's response is that, yes, it's all according to Keikaku. Rimuru had plotted for all this stuff. He knew this would happen, and he put me specifically here. Yes, it's like Innocent Shadow. Sid knew this was all going to happen, so he put me here specifically for this situation. It's too funny, but yeah, really good episode overall. A little bit frustrating around the whole situation with Granville, but that was kind of to be expected. I've been sort of over time feeling like Granville might be, unless something comes up here soon, honestly, unless I'm missing something or maybe it's the adaptation, I'm not really feeling like Granville's a very well-wrote character. It started last episode because you had this individual is confronting Rimuru, who he believes is like the greatest threat to humanity, and he's throwing humans at him with the idea that he might potentially hesitate to kill the humans. So I think you're the greatest threat, but yet I'm going to throw humans at you which you don't want to threaten. It doesn't make any sense. And now with this episode, we find out that they're literally having them summon a primordial demon. Like, why is he utilizing demons and harming humans to defeat the greatest threat to humanity? Like, none of this stuff really lines up, which, I mean, honestly, in the end could turn into I use these tools that I don't like for my own benefit. For the sake of the humanity, I will basically get my hands dirty. But it also kind of lends itself to that whole idea of like granddaughter, like grandfather. Their plans just kind of suck in the end, and they don't really make much sense. But at least with Maribel, she was consistent. I will say that, despite the fact that it seems like they're both going to kind of fail here, at least with Maribel, she was consistent. She didn't like, the demon kind. She was trying to use her own tools and humans to defeat Rimuru. But that aside, it is kind of funny here to see that despite, again, the all-knowing Rimuru and technically the all-knowing Raphael, we can't figure out Granville's plot. Which, again, technically makes sense. A lot of what we're seeing, Rimuru's not seeing. He's not seeing him having Yuki go down there. I'm not going to get into that yet. You could go down there and steal away this treasure. He's not seeing that, so he's kind of struggling with trying to figure out the logic here. Now, I don't understand why the response to that is to fight each other. Like, why would... Hey, Leon, I haven't figured out Granville's plot yet, so let's just fight each other like he wants us to fight, and maybe he's going to reveal his plan, and then once he reveals his plan, I'll figure out a way to overcome it. It's like, wait, what? What's the logic here? We're going to fight each other so that Granville has to reveal his plot? That doesn't make any sense. Anyways, that aside, let's get into the episode proper, going through scene by scene like I usually do, opening up the episode with the scene with Guy and Diablo, which is probably like my favorite part of this episode because I just love Diablo's character. I think he pulls off OP well. Like, he's like an Ainz character. He's like an Ainz character where they're like OP, but they have like that... They have that confidence and that way of speaking that just kind of sells it. It sells that OP nature of the character. But yeah, interesting little conversation here. Kind of a reunion between the two of them. Really Guy trying to figure out why Diablo has finally decided to evolve. And it seems to obviously stem around Rimuru. Rimuru's amazing. He's so amazing. But additionally, I like the reason why he never did, which was really around the fact that he never wanted to become OP. Like, no, I didn't do it because... What would be, nothing can beat us. Why would we evolve? Because it'd be boring. Well, now things have changed. Now you have Guy here. Now you have all the people that are surrounding Rimuru that are, evolving over time. People are getting stronger. And now I have to get stronger. Otherwise, I'm going to be overtaken. It is an interesting little take there. It's like, it's not necessarily that I want to be, overpowered. It's just that I now have a reason to become more powerful, which is very, very interesting in itself. But this is where we have also Guy revealing seemingly his plan. It didn't really get into exactly what was going on here, but it seemed like Guy has shown up here, and he's also attacking on the Western Front, attacking the main capital for the sake of because he wants to. I didn't really got why now is really the question mark I have. I did kind of get a sense that Guy was the type of person that does things just to entertain himself. And that's what Diablo says. Oh, yeah, you're bored, right? You're here because you're bored. You're causing problems because you're bored. Guy says, no, it's because I want to bully the humans. I find it fun. I just want to be mean to them. But I'm kind of curious as if they're going to be a reason why now. Why during this whole period of time is he doing now? Now, he points out the fact that I don't really have to do much because it looks like the humans are doing something. So it thus implies the idea that Guy came here to do something And then he notices that, oh, well, Razo and all them are doing that. The humans are already fighting right now, and I just showed up just now. But in the end, it all leads to, yes, we see that the humans inside the council have decided to enact their plan, rush in there, infiltrate the place, all while Testarosa's there going, this is kind of interesting, whatever. They rush in there, and they summon their goddess, and the goddess ends up being Mesuri, which is one of Guy's subordinates. And yeah, they immediately realize that Testarosa's there and is like, peace out. This wasn't really what I was planning. This is not really what I want to do. I want to go back and report to him. I don't really want to be here right now. But now, again, this kind of goes back to my frustrations with the whole plan that Granville has here. Because, again, this is a guy that sees Rimuru as a threat, sees the demons as a threat, and he's trying to stop them from controlling humankind or having power over humankind. Yet he's sitting this group in here for the sake of them to seemingly sacrifice somebody, sacrificing or to summon a primordial demon, which is Mesuri. They talked about previously that they had already summoned the goddess. And so I'm guessing their thought process of a goddess is a primordial demon. I guess I should have known back there that it was probably going to be a primordial demon, because I don't know that they've necessarily gotten too much into getting into angels and gods quite yet. So the idea of them having summoned a goddess is probably not necessarily true. But here it is. They summoned her here, and she's standing in there. And again, why would this be part of Granville's plan to essentially have them go in there and drop a primordial demon in there when he's trying to combat a threat, which is the demons? That aside, though, I think her handling of the whole situation was great. Just her kind of sitting there all confidently. All of her people are kind of just handling the whole situation. At some point, Mesuri shows up and she's like, I hope you're not here to cause any problems for me, because I'm gonna make you deeply regret it. She's like, no, I'm not really planning on that. I'm out of here. I think, unfortunately, for their sakes, they're summoning somebody that has, like, a greater priority in the situation. I think that's kind of the more funny thing about this whole situation. Like, Johan's excited. Like, yes, they pulled it off. They summoned Mesuri. She's here. This is going to be bad for everybody, but hopefully they'll forgive me in the next life. But I pulled it off. Everything's going well. And then Mesuri's just like, I don't care about your plot. I want to go see Guy. I just want to go see Guy. I think that was probably the more kind of comical scenes of this entire episode. But no, that's when the report sent back to Guy, and he finds out that, yeah, Testarosa's there. And then Toyamo's like, oh, wait, there's more to this whole situation. The other two, they're here too. He's like, wait, how does she pull away from those other two? No, the other two are here. They're all here. And the guy's like, wait, like, these people don't like to listen to people. They don't recognize individuals unless there's like some very serious circumstances. And right here we have literally these three troublemakers, these three that are constantly in a deadlock, and Testarosa, who's like the most prideful of them all, they're all accepting Rimuru, like putting aside the power enough to be able to name these individuals. And as we know, technically, giving them bodies and everything, he's able to control them as well, which is, again, sending Guy into a spiral here, which leads him to leave, but also say that he wants to meet Rimuru. Like, Diablo's like, no, I don't want that. Please don't come there. Well, I heard that he's got great and, flourishing lands. Okay, come by. Like, all Guy has to do is just say something nice about Rimuru, and suddenly he's like, okay, yeah, you can come on over. It was goofy. Anyways, that's what leads us to Granville, Leon, and Rimuru's scene, which, yes, Rimuru is struggling with the Otherworlders. At some point, realize they're too weak to be Otherworlders, and then tries to figure out why exactly Granville is doing this. And again, it doesn't seem like Raphael's figuring it out. But yes, at some point, Leon shows up, and Granville goes into his little manipulation stage. Yeah, here's the guy that's been having me summon all of these kids. And he had me summon them when they were really young, so they can lose control. You're probably wanting more Shizues, right? You want more Elementalists, right? And yeah, it pushes Rimuru into a fury. I'm so happy that he doesn't stick to this. I was going to be like really frustrated. I'm like, yes, I'm not saying that Leon's a good person for doing this, but at the same time, acknowledge like the situation that you're in. Do you really need to go into a fitting rage and fight Leon right now? Leon's seemingly in a situation now where it seems like he can converse with you, figure out the situation, apply some logic to here. But no, he's going like all in rage mode. He just jumps at him and punches him like, oh, were you actually going to do this? Okay, he just wanted to Okay, he wanted to send that message. He wanted to deliver Shizue's message, send it right into his face with a fist, and now we're calm. Okay, good. Good, Rimuru. I was really going to get frustrated with Rimuru. I mean, again, it's warranted. I wouldn't blame Rimuru for just losing it on Leon, but at the same time, it's like, not right now. Not right now. It's just, yeah. Honestly, though, I thought that Rimuru knew a lot about all this. I mean, he knew that Leon was involved with Shizue. He knew that all that stuff. I guess he just didn't know specifically that, Granville and a lot of people were doing summons for him. Like, they were doing it for merchandise for him. They just think that Shizue was like a odd example here. That's my assumption there, but at the same time, yeah, I'm glad that he was able to kind of pull it back a little bit, pull the reins back here. Okay, now we're going to play into it. Again, I don't really get the whole let's fight each other so that Granville will reveal his plan. Obviously his plan right now is for us to fight each other. So let's play into it. Hopefully Leon reads me. Hopefully he gets that I want to do this for the sake of, dragging this out. Okay, it looks like he's going along with it, and Leon at the same time is like, oh, good, he was able to read me as well. He trusts me. He trusts that I will read him. Okay, let's play into this. But what is that going to do? Is the idea here is that they fight each other, and then at some point, Granville activates the next part of it? Why wouldn't you just turn on Granville and have him say what he's doing? Or just beat him? Why do you need to know his plan in order to stop him? Just stop him. But I guess the idea here, again, is that they want to hopefully figure out from Granville through doing this that Yuki's doing something, and they can go after Yuki. But again, I don't think he's going to divulge that. I did like the realization of Rimuru that, in the end, he obviously did these things for a reason for Shizue. Despite the fact there's a frustration here, despite the fact that it does seem like this guy is, calling for this stuff, in the end, he did do what he did for the sake of helping Shizue in some way. Again, there's a side of this that I'm at least acknowledging as a positive. This guy seems like he's really cold, and he's extremely mean, but no, there's a reason he did this. But yeah, that all leads to Yuki doing his little side of the plan, just walking out the door. Just walking out the door. Again, he's got to have, a sneak skill. He's got to have something that makes him not be able to see. And again, I'm assuming that Maria is, infused with power to be able to stand up against Luminous for so long, but hopefully we'll get some more answers in the coming episodes, but I think that's it. Oh yeah, I did like Tesserosa's final comments to Johan, thanks so much, you helped me capture the heart of the council. Because everybody's all relieved that Testarossa helped them out. Testarossa, is everything fine with you? Did you get hurt or anything like that? She's like, no, I'm good. Thanks Johan. This is great. You helped me out here. Good job. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the episode. Really, really solid episode. More setup for what's to come. Again, I'm hoping some more answers to my concerns about things kind of get revealed. But until then, until next week, hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, take care.